how does this impact the Milwaukee Bucks, what they can do going forward in this series?
It's a real problem. Let's face it, the Milwaukee Bucks healthy yesterday, started the game healthy, and they came out uninspired. They didn't compete. They didn't play hard. Is that the player's responsibility, Key, or is that the coach to get them ready? But you take Giannis off of this team, and I know Perk talks about Batman and Robin and all that stuff. Let me tell you something. There's only one Batman with the Bucks, and that's Giannis. I mean, if you look at this Bucks roster, and Chris Middleton's a very good player, but he can't create separation. He can't be the guy you run your offense through. And they're not built. They're built with role players. That's what they are. They have a team of role players and a very special talent in Giannis. You take Giannis off of that team, I don't think they have a chance, even without Trae, to beat the Hawks.
Wow. So let me ask you this then, Seth, because not only do you have Giannis hurt, but you talked about this, that they didn't come out with the right mindset. And I want you to take a listen to what P.J. Tucker had to say after the game, because he was asked not only about Giannis's injury, but their mindset when they found out that Trae Young wasn't playing. Take a listen to this.
It's not good losing anybody on your team. Lose your best player, it stinks. But we didn't come out with energy tonight. We thought we were just going to walk in and win the game. We didn't do anything to be able to show that we wanted to win this game tonight. We were flat, and our Giannis injury was just another piece of the puzzle of us losing.
To me, Seth, that's the biggest issue with the Bucks. He said we walked on the floor thinking we were going to win the game.
Yeah, to me, that's a horrendous mindset. You don't go walk on the floor and win games. You go and have to go out and win the game. And you're talking about some of the best players in the world. It's your responsibility to be ready to play. It's your coach's responsibility to get you ready to play, but it's your responsibility because you know what? People are seeing you on the floor. Is that what the reflection of what you want to be, a guy that's not competitive, that's not playing hard, that's not a good teammate, that's not taking good shots, that's not getting back on defense? Now, you got to give the Hawks credit because what the Hawks did, real simply, is they played the same defensive game plan they played against the Knicks. What was that? All right, they took the Knicks out of transition. They loaded to the basketball, covered the elbows and blocks, and took away all driving lanes, and basically minimized what Giannis could do when he did play. I mean, he wasn't getting to the rim. Now, at the start of the third quarter, he did. But, for a player to admit that, someone in that locker room's got to lead. That's lack of leadership, either lack of leadership from your coaching staff or lack of leadership from your locker room. Because here's an opportunity on the road without the other team's best player. You've got to be ready to play when that ball goes up. I used to have a saying, when the light goes on, you got to be ready to compete. Well, you know what? To me, the Bucks weren't ready to compete, and they've got to look in the mirror and say, wait a second, is that who we are and how we win? Because you know what? If that's who you are, you're not going to win. Kid, did you ever walk on the field to play a football game and just not be ready to play?
No, that never creeped into my mindset whatsoever. I mean, I didn't even sleep the night before games. Yeah. Preseason games, might add. Preseason. That's how fired up I was for however many minutes I was going to get in the preseason. Lack of sleep. And when you speak of lack of anything, Coach, role players you mentioned have to step up. The Hawks role players stepped up in Game 4. Can they do it again in Game 5 if Trae Young can't go?
Well, yeah, but their role players at least are shot makers. I mean, Lou Williams, he's going to put buckets up. Collins is going to make plays. Capella can play behind the defense. Herter's really, I thought, defensively was terrific. I thought Cam Reddish defensively on Middleton, using his length and his athleticism to get up and underneath him. The defensive game plan, I'm going to go back to this again. Nate McMillan has done an incredible job. What a good coach. I mean, you're talking about pressuring the basketball, building a wall behind the basketball, all right? Taking them and making them shoot contested shots and taking away driving lanes. I mean, you're talking, this is a Bucks team coming into this game. They were averaging over 66 points a game in the paint. They couldn't get anything in the paint. So I look at the Bucks team, they're a team of role players. And Holiday, he's got to be better. I mean, I know they're paying him a ton of money and he can defend and he's going to be on the Olympics, but he's just not been good enough, confident enough. That's just the way it is.
Seth, let me ask you this. Don't you think we're being a little bit prisoner of the moment here? I mean, I understand.
Oh, look, there's a voice in my ear.
I'm here. Yes, I am here. I've been trying to get your damn attention. Don't you think we're being a little bit prisoner of the moment? Like, do we realistically think the Hawks are a 20-plus point team better than the Bucks even without Giannis? I understand that they played exceptionally well last night. Does it look bad on the Bucks? Yeah, especially the fact that Trae Young didn't play. But are we going to realistically sit up here and say that this thing is just over? Like, it's really just over?
How did the Bucks score, Jay Will?
They had to score in transition. I mean, their game plan has to change, but you still have Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. Like, I'm sorry, are we not counting out Drew Holiday, a guy that once put New Orleans on his back with AD to help them get to the Western Conference Finals? I mean, Drew Holiday is still talented. Let's not talk like he can't score. Let's not talk about like they don't have Bryn Forbes, a guy that can shoot threes. They still have players that are on the team that are still really good, Seth.
No, I think they have nice players. I think they have really good. Look,
I'm with you, Coach.
She's nice.
I'm with you, Coach. I think they have nice pieces.
Yeah, they have nice pieces. I don't think that. I think Chris Middleton is a winning player. I think he can make shots. He's improved his ability to create separation. But, and here's the but, if you have to play through him as opposed to playing through off of Giannis, that's a different role, and that's why that Batman and Robin thing, like when you have Giannis on your team, it takes a lot of pressure off you.
You're going to agree with him on that, but wouldn't you agree with me?
Yeah. Oh, I know. Jay Will and I mean, like, here's my deal. I mean, Drew Holiday, he's got to be Alfred the Butler, but now he's got to be Robin, and Middleton's got to be Batman, and I don't think that's who they are. I think Holiday is a terrific defender. He can get in the lane. He's not playing as a confident winning player right now offensively. Would you agree with that?
Everybody, I was going to say, Coach, and everybody thinks because PG was able to do what he's able to do without Kawhi, or LeBron's able to do what he and KD's able to do without their players around him, and all of a sudden Chris Middleton is going to step into that role. As I told Jay earlier, them dudes was dudes beforehand. They carried teams by themselves.
Yep.
You can't just turn on the switch when you've never done it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.